So, to keep her going a little bit more, I think I'm going to give her some Hestiflex and a little bit of breakfast. Just because sometimes I think she gets aggy because she's like, she doesn't get a breakfast anymore. So I'm going to give her a little bit of a breakfast and hope that appeases her so that she stands nicely for being platted up. But we'll see. I'm not plaiting. Of course I'm not plaiting. When have I ever plaited? Mainly because I can't. I'm so cat-handed. So I've called in the amazing Bonnie and Leah. Yes, a 9-year-old can plait better than me. I just can't do it. I just so cat-handed. I just can't do it. I've got my green mile, hashtag BA, white numna today for my dressage. So that'll be nice and smart. Just need to remember to keep it clean, otherwise Katie will kill me. We have our recruits plaiting for me. We've got Bonnie and Leah. There's Leah. The super team. The super team. Because I can't plait. If I plaited, it would be embarrassing and they'd be golf balls. And it'd be awful, wouldn't it, Says? It would. But oh God, look at your forelock. Leah's going to try and tame that, aren't you, Leah? Julie sissy. She's, oh gosh, where am I going? I'm being platted up. This is exciting. Am I going hunting? No, never again. Never again.
Dressage, boring dressage.
Dressage, then show jumping, then cross country, Says. Yeah. I'm here at Broadway, ready to walk the course. It looks amazing. It's very, very busy. I think it's a very popular event, which is good. Which is good, but yeah, look at this, all this here. Look at that, amazing. Really nice secretary, she was so nice to me. Food, I'll shop there in case we need anything. Hopefully I've brought everything, if not, I have got a backup, so that's good. Sports Horse Supplies is here, and she has just, where is it? I've got it. Got to hit her, bungee. So yeah, look at all that, how smart is that? You've even got recovery mash, yeah. All the essentials. Oh my God, you've got all the Kentucky stuff. They're so, oh, I love them girths. They're so nice. Body protectors, really smart Kentucky fly veils, saddle pads, everything, studs, everything, platinum bands, ice gel, buckets, everything you can think of. Shop had a hit air bungee, which is brilliant, so it means I get to wear my air jacket and keep extra safe. This is a show jump, it's very, very busy. This is probably the busiest show I've been to.
So total 15 to add for Frankie.
Gracie, next to ride and join us on the course.
Show jumping.
10, Elizabeth Whittaker, riding Nelson.
I think this is the 80 or 90. I think this might be the 90. Yeah, I think this might be the 90. Cue Wheezy Welsh fast forward music. Here we have our coursework for the 70 at Broadway. Number 1 and 2 were absolutely fine, really nice, inviting fences. I was just like, keep straight there, look ahead. So this was fence free, and it was actually catching quite a lot of horses out because of the big gap in the middle. It was taking their eye, and quite a lot of people were stopping at the fence. I wasn't too fussed about that one. Then number 4 was the first of our combinations, and 4A was fine. 4B, however, hand sent that to me, and we were both like, oh my God, that is massive for a 70. But actually when I walked it, I was quite relieved because it wasn't as bad as it looked for some reason. So yeah, that was nice. Number 5 was just a telegraph pole, absolutely fine, no problems. 6 was an absolutely tiny log on a downhill, so I was like, well, she's not even gonna look at that. And then 7 was up a really big hill through this dark, like foresty bit, and then into a lighter bit. 7, so I thought that might play with her eyes a bit. 8 was a cart, fine, no problem. 9 was a little stick going downhill, and it was quite a steep hill actually. Then number 10 was another combination, so it was a log, and then around the other side it had a slight drop to it, so I knew I was going to have to sit back for that one, although very small. B was a nice little log coming out of it. Then it was really downhill to this little fence here. So my plan was to get nice and straight, put my whip in the other hand and go straight forward for it. Number 12 was nice and downhill. Really nice inviting fence downhill. And then Then we had 13A, a nice little roll top type fence into water, and the water is actually quite spooky at Broadway because there's quite a lot to look at. There's those giant squirrels either side. She's usually fine with water, so a little bit of encouragement, she's fine. Number 14, a lovely shoulder brush fence, really nice jump. And then there's someone showing us how it's done in the 90, and over the last, which was shared with an 80. So as you can see, there was quite a lot of shared with 80s, but they were a really nice fence, really nice course. She's out and she's just enjoying some hay, nice and chilled. We've got ages till dressage, but we're chilled, and that's all that matters. So there she is. Look who's arrived. Look who's arrived. Oh, Af. Very glam. Very glam down there, sweetheart. Hello, darling. I've not seen you for ages.
She says, yeah, sorry, there's grass here, I can't talk right now.
She's got her lovely green mile bedding, white number on. Look at that, Katie. That is white as anything, isn't it? You happy with that? There we go. And she's got her pony heat pads on, just to warm her back end up a little bit nicely. Keep her nice and loose. The good girl. Are you ready, sis? Good girl. So I've been using the stud fast studs for ages now, and I highly recommend them. They're easy to put in, take out, as long as you've got adjustable spanner, and they really work well.
There she goes. Off, she's off, making sure she's covered in the right places. How you feeling, Hannah? How you feeling?
Yeah, fine.
Good. Very good.
I can't wait to just
Burger. Well, it's not even a burger, it's a bacon sandwich. But needs must.
So I'm just going to talk you through my dressage warm-up for this time. And the week before I'd had my lesson with Rich about doing the halt reinbacks to canter, and then the canter to halt reinbacks, or canter halt reinbacks, and yeah. So we've been doing that loads during the week in the run up to this event, and she'd been going really well. It really gets her off her front end, which is lovely, because like she can be really on the forehand, and that helps just lift her shoulders, lift her up, and just she warmed up beautifully. That is Emily Musto, who went before me in the dressage on a pure dressage horse, and it was a beautiful test that she did. So whatever was going to come after that was always going to be worse, and even more worse in comparison. So yeah, I was like, oh damn it. But anyway, yeah, she warmed up lovely, and then it all fell apart in the actual dressage test, as usual. So here we are, putting into action Rich's training, and we have been working on the reinbacks, but as you can see, she finds it so hard, bless her, but it really does benefit her in every way possible, so I just have to keep persevering with that training. It's all going to take some time. So anyway, on to the disaster dressage test. Okay, so I'm being a bit harsh on myself. It wasn't a disaster, but it just didn't feel anything in comparison to the warm-up session I had. So, yeah, I just let her down massively.
Smiles, tits and teeth.
So it pretty much went wrong from this point here. So the bell went off and I panicked thinking, oh God, I've got to get in quickly. So did this really, I had it going like quite alright. And then I did this really weird ass like, oh God, I need to get in the ring circle. And just basically ruined all my warm up. So entered at A, obviously down the centre line. And I got a 7 for that. I don't really know how, but I did. Again, head up. She's not nice and round at all. I just let everything go to pot, basically. It really set me up badly, that bell ringing at that time, but I have since learned you have 45 seconds from the bell to get into the arena, so I will take that on board next time. So the circle, not really a circle, is it? Not very accurate at all, and she was hollow in the transition to canter, as you see. However, this dressage arena was very, very downhill, and I was dreading it because I was like, oh god, she's just gonna fall on her nose completely. Again, this is her worst rein for canter, so you can see it kind of just isn't there yet. It's better, but it's still not there. And again, I'm quite nervous on grass, and this is really hard for Sez to come across the change of rein and hold herself that much. So yeah, she did well there to hold herself. And then nice transition to walk, although not round. And her walk's definitely improved, although there she's kind of overbent and she's not actually working properly as she should be. And then we return across to E to B on a half circle. She did a nice free walk on a long rein, which we have never had before, so like she can actually kind of sway me side to side and get a proper free walk now, which we're definitely seeing differences in our marks from that. She was a bit reluctant to go back onto the bit and an outline, so that didn't look too pretty. And then we were to do another trot and do a circle at B, E, lol, E, and it was better. This is her better rein anyway, so you can see she's a bit more together, but still, I just look back at this now, after what I know now, after a rich lesson, and I can see that I just don't ride in a dressage test. I've learnt a new way, which you're all about to find out, but the canter here was awful, again, because it was coming downhill. Again, she was just on her nose, basically, and I really should have sat up and got the canter. But yeah, she kind of stumbled into the canter there. Then we did a circle round, and I just felt like she wasn't together at all, and she dropped out of trot on the change of rein. Then I rushed her. I would have just been better just letting her trot and just, facing facts that we've lost the canter. There's nothing I can do. It's gone. Because it would have probably looked a little bit tidier than that. And the change of rein, I was just like, oh, I've ruined it, but I was like, just carry on riding, it's fine. I can just see that she's not really together. She's kind of dead to the leg at this point, probably because I'm just not really riding her. So down the centre line, we got a 7.5 for that, which is quite good. And then the trot to halt was awful. She went like a llama.
Hannah Blackwell, Hannah rides Sarah Ebram.
It says go, 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 go. Good girl. Oh, well ridden. Good girl. Go, go, go. Hey.
So Seth warmed up lovely for the show jumping and felt probably the best she ever has done. However, I was feeling a little bit anxious, a little bit nervous for our first show jumping back on grass. I don't know why. Show jumps has always been a bit of an area where we've had the most problems, I guess, because it's required so much from the canter and yeah. So coming into fence 1, she felt super confident. She had her head in the air and was going for it. Number 2, she turned lovely too and jumped really nice, a little bit of ping. Number 3, I just let her bowl on a bit and she clattered that, lovely. And then on to number 4 was round the corner and this spread, and this is where usually she would kind of feel a bit dead, a little bit stuck in the ground kind of feeling, but nope, she just trusted me and just popped it lovely. Coming around to number 5, she was a little bit apprehensive about being near the judge's box and went to stop, and I was like, no you don't, go on, get over it. And she did actually listen to me, which is a shock for Sez, because usually it would be an absolute no-go and she just slammed the brakes on. And then number 6, she jumped lovely and actually made me ride a bit more defensively and a bit more, I rode better basically. And then number 7, she got a few reminders just to be like, go on, and I think that's part of my nerves as well, is that I was like, go on, please jump it. Number 8 was a upright coming downhill, so it was quite a downhill course. And that doesn't bode well for Saren as she's already kind of on the forehand, but she did a lovely round overall, just that really unfortunate pole.
Trying to do that as well, so I'm like,
If you hold that there, Abs, it'll give you more, it'll stable it.
oh, okay, there you go.
Right, we're on our way to cross country. Feeling good. Glad the show jumping's done. She's just, I thought we were going to have to stop at number 5. She did not want to jump that. And she just bowled on to number 3, but otherwise I felt like she went lovely. And now I'm excited for cross country. I'm really excited. I just need to remember to ride.
Just kick on and have fun.
Emily and Tim have cleared fence 4 and are now making their way to the hanging block of fence 5, which they've just cleared, we've just heard, which is lovely, and they're now making their way to the next block of fence 6. Great to hear that Emily have finished clear fence 6, and we've just been informed that the next rider is 418, Hannah Blackwell, riding Serenity.
419, you can go through.
She's best known for being the Welsh cross-country favourite, so look forward to seeing her. She has 4 show jump gold silver stars, 33.
Okay.
I don't think I'll stop smiling.
Start on course in a moment is 419. Start on course in a moment is 419. Scarlet Milo riding Rentham Bumble. And our next rider that will start on course in a moment is 419. Scarlet Milo riding Rentham Bumble. And this horse has apparently a change of career from show jump to event center. Bringing with her with Scarlet Dressage 31.75, show jumping bolts at 16. 418 Hannah and 7 meanwhile have cleared fence 3 and are on their way up the hill to the saloon progression rolls off the skinny table. Great to see that Emily and Conti match have made it safely home with no jumping penalties to her. Hello, happy left the start box and successfully cleared the first set, the KBIS has.
So really lucky that Action Replay were at the event at Broadway, so I have my full footage of my cross country round, which I'm very grateful for. It's a really good learning opportunity. So coming out of start box, rushed that horrendously, like just didn't get a very good start, and then it says popped number 1 with a little bit of ping, which made me feel confident already that she was taking long ones. So yeah, we were just like, let's just go have fun. So on to number 2, she just sets a nice pace, like she just has a nice pace in canter. She did have a little look, and I just gave her a little, like, come on, keep going. Jump number 2, fine, and then number 3, as I mentioned, had a little kind of gap in the middle where it was catching quite a lot of people out and horses were stopping. So I had a little look there, but then just popped it really nice. And then we were up a massive hill. Coming round the corner, she was really spooky, there was loads of people there. So I was really kicking on, and she took a massive stride at the first part of that combination, and then jumped to the second part, absolutely lovely. On to the next fence, I think this was number 5. Yeah, she just didn't really look at that. It was just a tiny little pole basically, and then down a little hill to number 6, which she actually had a look at, because I think she was like, oh, is that it? And then up a hill, around the corner, through the woods, and she jumped that really nice. Then this one, I think she wanted an extra look, or it could just be a bit of learnt behaviour with her feet, that she kind of gets that stuttery stride into it. But also I've noticed that I've got my hands really high, so I've actually recently had a lesson with John Rogers, and he said that I was keeping my hands too high, so I wasn't letting her neck out, so that is why we were getting those stumbly strides into those fences. And yeah, she jumped lovely through that combination, absolutely fine. Then there was a really, really steep downhill. Like, it was really, really steep downhill, so we just trotted down there, and then I was really cautious of getting my line right to this fence, because it would be so easy to lose her shoulder and her just run out to the side. But no, she knew what she was doing, looked for the flags and went for it. Then a nice little downhill, and it was quite a steep downhill as well to the next fence. So this was kind of it was just like a roll top, I guess, with some hay underneath it, but I wanted to keep her head up so that she wasn't on the forehand. But again, I keep raising my hands so she's not able to get her neck out properly, and it can kind of look like quite a stumbly fence. And then I was very conscious that I was coming downhill, didn't want to lose her, kind of getting her on the forehand. So you can see I'm really sat back at the saddle, kicking on, and she jumped that lovely, because if she went into the water, which she can sometimes be a bit spookier. And yeah, as you can see, she just had a little look at the water. It was quite imposing, and she trotted through with a little bit of encouragement. And then we were like, right, come on, keep going, we're nearly done. She jumped this one lovely, she just kind of knows what she's doing, she jumped that really nice. And then coming to the final one, I just couldn't remember what kind of angle it was, and it was a shared fence with the 80. It was absolutely fine, but she just kind of stumbled over it again. I didn't get a very good line, I let her down there, but didn't care. We'd finished and we'd gone clear, so very, very happy with that. Thank you for sending me that footage. Action Replay.
Good day at the office, all round. You'll have to watch Hannah's vlog to find out how she did. Yeah, fun day. Tis a good girlie, ain't ya? She's got her cryo chaps on. Keep her leggies nice and cool. Good girl, Sarah, and she's got a recovery mask going. So we've been and collected our... Woo! You have to watch Hannah's vlog to find out how she did.
Watch my vlog, but here you are!
We're all finished.
we got 6th. So really, really pleased for that. Just a clumsy pole, but the rest, she was superb. Right, we are literally the last ones here. I've got 2 hours to go back. I've left my hay net outside. Bye! See you, darlings! So yeah, I'm gonna pack up my hay net and go. Clever! Are you clever, girl? Yes, you are.
Started going forward without knowing the direction. I need to be honest, it was for the better. Now every day is perfect for a life of celebration. Go ahead.
So it is the day after our event and I am absolutely chuffed. It says, like, for our first event back, this is kind of the new her, really. This is, I'm just gonna wipe a clean slate, like, this is us now. So that was our first proper event of new Seren and she was amazing from start to finish. She was absolutely amazing. She behaved impeccably the whole day, like on the box, traveling. She was amazing. She was just so good. She was just so good. She was such a good girl. I can't help but feel a little bit disappointed by the dressage because it was a really high scoring judge. She did drop into trot from the canter, so that was a bit of a boo-boo, and some of my accuracy wasn't amazing, but I need to stop beating myself up, stop putting so much pressure on myself, because we did it and she was fab. And show jumping, she just had 4 faults, just a really clumsy pole, but other than that she was superb. She felt really powerful going round. The only one that she kind of had a little look at was number 5, just because it was near the judge's box, and I think she got a bit of stage fright. So I was like, don't you dare stop. So really kicked on through that and managed to do it. Yeah, she managed to listen to me and actually go over them, which is a new thing for her. It could just be pain memory, you know, from her feet. I don't know, but she listened and was like, oh, okay, I can do it. She was a really good girl. And then cross country, she just absolutely flew around, like, no problems whatsoever, like not even a single look at anything. She was just like, I'm going. The only thing we did have a little bit of a extra look at was the water, but it was quite an imposing water, that, because it's got like the squirrels at the side, like it's got those totem things at the side, and a jump into it as well, which usually she does stop at. So I was really pleased with her. She was so good. She was so good, and we've come 6th, and that means that we've actually qualified for Dauncey. Sarah's qualified for 2 championships this year on her first attempt, so I'm buzzing. So yeah, she's qualified for the Cotswolds Cup and now also Dauncey, which is the week before. So we're going to have 2 weeks on the trot of championships, and I'm going to go to them because you only live once, don't you? I absolutely just, I love her. I think as long as I can keep her happy and like sound and comfortable, the comfortable is the main thing. As long as I can keep her comfortable, then I could have potentially a little event on my hands, which is lovely. It's going to take a while to get to where I want to be. I want to do 80s at the end of it. That's kind of my end goal, is to be able to just do 80s comfortably. BE, hopefully, next year. But we'll see. We're just going to see. We're just going to do loads of training, keep on building up the flat work. And the more flat work we do and the more strengthening work we do with her, the better she's going to be. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, follow, subscribe for more. Bye.
A new place, a new home for a while. Let me feel alive.